£7.5 billion. That is how much HMRC paid out in R&D tax credits in a single year, but the average SME only recovered £66,000. Here is the question every finance director should be asking. Which bracket does your company fall into, and are you recovering everything you are entitled to? In the next 8 minutes, I'm going to give you the actual numbers, broken down by sector, scheme, and company size, including a worked example you can apply to your own business today. By the end of this video, you will know the current rates under the merged R&D scheme and the ERIS scheme. You will know the average claim values by sector, from software and technology through to manufacturing and professional services. And you will understand exactly how to calculate what your company could recover. No jargon, no vague ranges, actual figures drawn from HMRC's published statistics and current guidance. This video features an AI-generated presenter. All content is for educational purposes only and does not constitute tax or financial advice. Always consult a regulated specialist for your specific circumstances. Let me start with the context. In the tax year 2022 to 2023, the most recent year for which HMRC has published full statistics, UK companies submitted approximately 55,685 R&D tax credit claims. Total relief paid out was £7.5 billion. The average across all company sizes was £136,000. For SMEs specifically, companies with fewer than 500 employees and under the relevant financial thresholds, the average claim was approximately £66,000. Now here is what those numbers tell us. They are averages pooled across the full spectrum, from a 5-person software startup claiming £15,000 to a 200-person engineering firm claiming £600,000. Your company will land somewhere in that range. The rate you receive and the total you recover depends on 3 things: which scheme applies to your accounting period, whether your company is profitable or loss-making, and how much of your expenditure qualifies. Let me take each of those in turn. First, the scheme. For accounting periods beginning on or after 1st April 2024, virtually all UK companies claim under the merged R&D expenditure credit scheme. The credit rate is 20%, above the line. What does that mean in practice? It means that for every £1 of qualifying R&D expenditure, HMRC gives you back a 20p credit. That credit is treated as taxable income, so a profitable company paying corporation tax at 25% will pay back 5p of that credit in tax. The net benefit is therefore 15p for every £1 you spend on qualifying R&D. If your company spent £500,000 on qualifying activity last year, that is a £75,000 recovery. Now, there is a second scheme that applies to a specific category of company, and it pays significantly more. The Enhanced R&D-intensive support scheme, known as ERIS, applies to loss-making companies where qualifying R&D expenditure represents at least 30% of total expenditure. If your company meets that test, the credit rate rises to 27%. For a loss-making company, that can be received as a payable cash credit. So if you are a pre-revenue technology company spending £300,000 on R&D out of total costs of £900,000, that is exactly 33% intensity, you could be eligible for an £81,000 payable credit, even with no tax liability at all. That is why the number on this thumbnail is 33%. It is the intensity threshold that separates the standard rate from the enhanced rate. Let me now put sector averages on the table. These are from HMRC's published 2022 to 2023 statistics for SME scheme claimants. Information and communication, that is software, SaaS, fintech, data platforms, 22,645 claims at an average of approximately £66,000. Manufacturing, precision engineering, materials innovation, process development, 10,395 claims at an average of approximately £108,000. Professional, scientific and technical services, engineering consultancies, specialist technical services, 9,325 claims at an average of approximately £78,000. Construction, novel materials, structural systems, sustainable building, 2,870 claims at an average of approximately £55,000. Health, diagnostics, medical devices, digital health, 1,410 claims at an average of approximately £92,000. Notice that manufacturing claims are higher on average. That is because qualifying expenditure in manufacturing typically includes consumable materials and subcontractor costs alongside staff costs. It is not just salaries. Now let me put a worked example on the table. A software company with 40 employees, 10 developers and a technical lead spending qualifying time on R&D. Staff costs, £550,000. Subcontractor, £78,000. Qualifying software licenses, £35,000. Total qualifying expenditure, £663,000. Under the merge scheme at 20%, the credit is £132,600. After 25% corporation tax on the credit, the net benefit to the company is approximately £99,450. Nearly £100,000 from a company most people would describe as a mid-sized software business. Not exceptional, the average. Let me pull that together. The merged RDEC scheme pays 15 pence net per pound of qualifying spend for profitable companies from April 2024. ERIS pays 27% as a payable credit for loss-making companies that meet the 30% intensity threshold. SME averages by sector range from approximately £55,000 in construction to £108,000 in manufacturing. A 40-person software company with £663,000 of qualifying spend recovers approximately £99,000. The most important thing I want you to take from this video: these are not numbers for exceptional companies making extraordinary claims. They are averages. And if you have never filed a claim, or you filed one without a specialist reviewing your cost schedule, there is a real probability that you are leaving money in HMRC's account that belongs to you. If you want to know what your specific company could recover, UpliftTax has a free calculator on the website. Link is in the description. And a no-obligation specialist assessment. No win, no fee. The calculator takes about 2 minutes. The assessment takes about 5. And if your company qualifies, a specialist will tell you the number, not a range, an actual number. Link is below. I will see you in the next video.